Everybody, thank you for joining us today on YouTube and hopefully on Zoom. We're coming here live from Approach in Massachusetts, the United States. We have a great conversation topic today, and I would love for everybody watching on YouTube, if you wouldn't mind scanning the QR code so that you can talk to me directly and be a participating member in the class today. We have a good topic. We're going to discuss volunteer work and giving back to our community. So we'll give the QR code a minute, and hopefully we have some people joining us today. Good. Oh, sorry. Perfect. All right, wow. Hello, everybody. How are we doing today?
Hello, sir. Hello, how are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Hello, everybody. Hello.
Hello, Yogesh.
Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm doing good. It's we got nice weather today, which is nice. A lot going on too. Today's a special day too, because we figured out who the next pope would be just a few hours ago. So there's a lot of excitement today. Very cool. All right, welcome everybody. Okay, today's topic, we will be talking about volunteer work and giving back to our community. I selected this topic because I believe it is important that we all contribute to our community, but also when we work with people from all around the world in a volunteer style activity, it can really help us build upon our communication skills. We will talk to people from all around the world, and today we'll learn about some different volunteer opportunities that are likely accessible to all of us. Okay, and volunteer work. The idea behind it is that you do it because you want to, and you don't really care much about the money. Volunteer work is typically unpaid, and it again is a great way to build upon your own skills, to work on yourself, and again really try to be a part of a community and society. And one thing that we'll try to focus on today, we talk about volunteer work and maybe charity, giving money, but there is no amount too small when it comes to charity and volunteer work. It doesn't need to be a tremendous act. Even the little acts really add up for everybody. So I think it'll be a good topic for today. So I would like to ask all of our friends here on YouTube, have you ever done volunteer work? What did you do, and would you do it again? We have some no's, and that's okay.
I had teacher.
Oh, awesome, Ja.
Yeah, but just one. I sometimes I will go to my daughter's school and become to volunteer about traffic safe. Always in the morning. Yeah, because I just can speak a little English. Maybe if one day I can speak more, I want to become two different kind of volunteer. Now I just have a traffic safe about my daughter's school.
Wow. Thank you. And that's awesome. You're enjoying the nice weather today.
Yeah.
I really like how you pointed out that although maybe my English skills could be improved, they're definitely good, but there are still a lot of ways that we can give back, and we shouldn't be afraid of being held back just by the language. I remember when I was growing up, whenever one of my friends' parents would volunteer to help out at our school, we all looked forward to it. We were all very excited to see the parents. So I think that's a really great idea, and I'm sure the kids love seeing you there as well.
Yeah.
Very cool. Okay. Has anybody... Oh, Omar, do you have any experience
So,
volunteering?
yeah, for me, I think from 2 years ago, uh, we was in Ramadan in Egypt, so I go to the Egyptian food bank, and volunteer in kitchen. I in kitchen we made meals for poor people in Ramadan. In this year, yeah.
Wow. Oh, that's awesome. I appreciate you sharing that.
Yeah,
Food drives and soup kitchens, and we have so many different ways where communities come together to either help donate or prepare food for maybe the less fortunate or for the people who need it. I think that's awesome. When I was younger, I was involved in just one food drive, and the work, it was a lot of work. We were moving around a lot, but luckily I was able to be there with some friends, and I was able to meet some new people, some other volunteers, and it's a great way, again, to make friendships and to have fun while you're doing it.
yeah.
It makes it a whole lot better.
I think I have done about 250 meals in this day.
Wow.
Yeah,
250?
yeah. We was a team. We was a team. Everybody had like something he did like
Like different jobs
yeah,
or
yeah,
responsibilities?
different job for everyone. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Cool. Wow. Yeah, and sorry, did you say you were able to be there with a team or maybe some friends as
Yeah,
well?
we was a team in this kitchen
Nice.
to make this number of meals.
Wow. Yeah, you should definitely be proud of that. That sounds
Yeah,
incredible.
yeah,
250 meals. That's helping a lot of people.
yeah.
Very cool. I appreciate you sharing. Um,
Thank you.
we can talk to Luan. Do you have something to share? Some volunteer work?
Well, I was volunteer 2 times. The first time was the last year. I was part of the census in my country, Bolivia. And the second time was when I was teenager in the high school. I was volunteer in the hospital, help the nurses, help the doctors. Sometimes I help the patients. That was.
Wow, that's incredible. Helping out at a hospital too, all the patients. Hospitals definitely love to have volunteers come in, even just to communicate and talk with the patients. Being at the hospital can be a very stressful and oftentimes difficult environment. And I'm sure they really appreciate having some volunteers come in and just try and talk to people, try and brighten the mood, or possibly provide a really nice distraction from what's going on. I think that's great. And there are a lot of hospitals and also nursing homes that really love this idea, having people from the community come over just to talk And it might just be an hour of our time, but it goes such a long way to everybody who is benefiting from exactly that. Here at Approach, there has been activities going on with our Student Ambassador Program. And it makes me excited to hear all the cool things that we're doing as a community and a school. And one of them, we send a group of students to a nursing home just to practice their English and have conversations with some elderly people. And I've talked to a few of my students, and they had such a good time. And when they were talking to their elderly friend, they were even taking notes on how to work on their English. And there have been some maybe friendships already formed, and some of the students are keeping in contact with some of the people from the nursing home. And that's one of the best things a school or a community could do to give back. So I think that's awesome, and I really appreciate you sharing. Hospitals definitely love having volunteers. Cool. Margie, or how
Yes,
would
Margie.
Margie? Awesome.
Basically, I am a fifth-year medical student living in Jordan from Ashmite University. Basically, I am volunteered for screening days for the that's good things that we are doing for screening the patients for the
Security innovations. Sorry, I just couldn't quite hear that.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yep, sorry. Security innovations?
No, for screening for the diabetes mellitus. I am a medical student, as said before.
Oh, okay, medical student.
Yeah,
Oh.
I am a medical student at the fifth year. Basically, I have 1 year, then I will be a physician.
Oh, awesome. And will that be soon, in the near future?
Yeah, I hope to find some elective rotations in US. I am trying to find it. So in soon futures, I will be inshallah.
Wow, awesome. Yeah, you should definitely be excited for that. Big opportunities.
Yeah.
And for even a student and a professional having a job, volunteer work, we're trying to build our it's always nice that contributed positively to the world. And so doing everything right. Very cool. Bruna, have you volunteered before? Okay. All right, cool. All right, well, we can go over to the next point over here on the PowerPoint. I did want to include today a few real volunteer opportunities just to spread awareness and possibly just food for thought. I won't be trying to persuade anybody to volunteer, but I think it's pretty helpful to talk about and just know of all the different kinds of programs that are all around us. This first one, we have the Worldwide Opportunities on Organic Farms. And giving back your time for helping out agriculture or going to a farm is very, very common all over the world and also in the United States. When I was growing up, I think I was 12 years old. My school, we went on a field trip. And what we did is we helped out at a local farm, and all the students were able to get a little bit dirty, reaching into the soil, helping plant crops. And it's one of those things from my childhood that I definitely remember. And we had a lot of fun working on it too. So farms are definitely a great place to start if we're looking to help out with volunteer work. And we have an acronym, WWOOF. And an acronym is an abbreviated version of saying worldwide opportunities on organic farms. And what they do is they practice eco-friendly sustainability and living. They are global, and they're very popular too in Europe, Australia, and South America. So I think this is a cool one. And again, just to think about it. So I have 2 questions for us. Would you enjoy waking up early to work on a farm? Why or why not? And I definitely have an opinion about this. So would you guys be willing to wake up early to volunteer your time at a farm? Does that sound very appealing or fun?
It sounds very exciting. I always want to working in a farm. I like the cows, the sheep. My sister works in a farm like a volunteer. She says it's hard, but it's beautiful. It's beautiful to live with the cows, with the animals, with the horses. She like it. I think I can I can work in a farm.
Nice.
But I have a problem sometimes in the farms exist mice and I don't like the mice.
The mice, the little mice. Oh yeah. Funny, I found a mouse in my garage 2 days ago, and I'm with you. I don't like mice either. So that's funny. And I agree with what you're saying. I think that being at a farm, it's not just working the soil and planting crops, but you're also around all the animals. And a lot of people, it really helps them out, even for mental health, just to be around animals. And especially going to a farm, and there's a lot of value there. And I think that's pretty cool as well. And hopefully the weather is nice. And for me, trying to work at a farm early in the morning, I'm not really a morning person. I have a difficult time getting up early in the morning. Does anybody else feel similar? Having a difficult time in the morning?
Teacher,
Yep,
can you hear me?
I can. Yes.
Um, Unfortunately not. I would prefer to volunteer with children, for example.
Nice. Oh, cool. We'll definitely look at, there's so much opportunity if we want to work with children. And I do have a little bit of content to talk about it. And I'll be happy to share with you maybe a few websites or different programs where if you would like to help out children, you can learn more about it. That's really cool.
Yes, thank you.
Oh, for sure. We'll get there soon, I promise. Let's see, what was the question? Would you enjoy waking up early and volunteering your time at a farm? We'll go back to Ja.
Yeah, teacher, I love this job because I don't like to sleep. Every day I will sleep very early, so I always at 5 a.m. and to wake up is every day. I love plant vegetable and flowers. I can show you yesterday I bought tomato and chili pepper in my backyard. I love this one, and in China, sometimes I will share my vegetables for my neighborhood. But in Boston, it's very difficult because winter is too long, so I can't plant very good. I love this job and enjoy.
Wow. That's wow. Thank you for sharing. And I love how you took the camera and you showed us
Yeah.
It was chili peppers and tomatoes.
Yeah, tomato.
Very cool. And the part about Boston weather. So there might be a few of us who are unfamiliar with Massachusetts in the United States. And I'm sure Ja can back me up on this. It gets pretty cold during the winter time and even the fall time. And I'm sure it can be very difficult to plan out when to harvest your crops or when to plant them. I understand. That's got to be tricky. But I think that's awesome, and I appreciate you sharing that. That was fun. Cool. Margie, do you have something to share as well?
Yeah, basically when I was a child.
I believe you're on mute.
That's good.
Yep, we can hear you.
Okay. Basically, when I was a child, I used to visit my grandfather in the village. He was waking up every morning, and just before sunrise, he went to land to plant and vegetables and take care of the tree. During the olive seasons, we also helped him to pick olives. He never asked for anything in return, and also he gave olives to the neighborhoods and the people. And I learned from him that giving back does not have to be with money. Time, effort, kindness are just as important.
That was a great analysis of exactly one of the big things that we're trying to talk about today, too. And you said your grandfather, you would be with him and helping him pick the olives. And instead of selling them, you would help out the local community and give them away.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really cool. And those types of memories also with family members, those will be with you forever. Doing something nice just like that, giving back to your community with a family member, that will be a core memory, one that we won't forget. I think that's awesome. I appreciate you
I
sharing
see.
that.
I see.
Cool. Nice. Okay, I got one more question, just based on farms. Have you guys ever grown your own food or taken care of plants or animals? And for me, I do not have a green thumb. I am not good at planting, gardening. This is not for me, but I'm curious to see how you guys handle it. Yogesh, would you like to share?
Yes, so in our place where my father is serving duty in India, so he has a kitchen garden um, behind his house. So generally, when me and my mother come here, so if there is a if if there is a time uh, when there is a time to grow something like onion, or it could be garlic or tomatoes. So uh, we have to do it very early in the morning, so it's not a sunny day and we don't feel hot. So I remember for the onions, which is about to come. Oh my gosh, it's the time for the onions to take out from
The soil?
root.
Yep.
So yeah, soil. So I remember I had done all the placements of uh, initial
Planting or...
initial yeah planting, yeah, initial planting. I had done all the rows. So uh, it was in a rectangle shape. So I did that. So I have been doing it for like 4 to 5 years now. My father is serving 24/7 years at this place, and we have been doing this for 5 years. So I remember I put that. Obviously, he is observing me and telling me put it at what distance and uh, how to take that. But after so many years, I got to know how to plant them, and I used to plant them and I used to take them out as well. So yeah, I have done this thing in farming,
Wow.
but on a very basic level, and not a volunteer, but to help my father to have something for ourselves only.
Wow. Yeah, thank you for sharing that. The garlic
Thank
and
you.
tomatoes and learning how to plant
Onion.
and onion, sorry. I can't forget onion. Those are my three
Yes.
favorite. Garlic, tomato, and onion.
Ah,
Can't go wrong. That's awesome.
yes.
And being able to also help your family, we could call that almost volunteering. It's in good faith. You're doing it for a good reason, to help out your family. And I am sure that you would have a lot to teach me because I am not very good at planting, farming, anything that has to grow. I can't touch. That's awesome. I appreciate that, Yagesh. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Luan, do you have experience with planting or growing any food?
Yes, in my experience, I plant some vegetables like carrots, cucumbers, tomatoes, or potatoes. And with the animals, I take care of rabbits and parrots, cats, and I remember a little chicken. They are very beautiful, and sometimes I think the wild animal, like the rabbits, they are the best friends, like the cat, because the rabbits are very cute, very soft, very friendly, and the coolies. Do you know what is cool?
Um,
Cool.
one more time?
It's a type of mouse, but they don't have a large tail. They they are very beautiful, and they are very cute. In Peru, the the people in Peru eat the cool, but in my case, I have a cool like pet. They are my best friend. They passed away
Oh,
6 years ago.
oh, I'm sorry to hear.
Hmm.
That also with that too. I like how you brought up with animals, and there's so much value just being around animals. You were talking about how the rabbits are really cute, and you can imagine if you're not having the best day, to go outside, get some fresh air, see the animals. That can really help us improve our mood. And I would definitely like to be around animals more than I would like to be around the planting and farming. I like animals too. That's awesome. Caesar, we'll do one more, and then we have some more questions for you
Thank you.
guys.
I don't have experience with vegetables, but when I was a child, we live in a small city because in São Paulo, it is not possible to plant like vegetables. But in this small city, my father and we used to plant fruits like mangoes, avocados, jackfruits, and the other trees.
Wow, love mangoes, avocados. I would definitely buy them from you.
Yeah,
That's really cool. And now, Sao Paulo, that is the largest city in Brazil.
yeah,
Is that correct?
yeah.
So that must,
Yes,
so it's probably a little bit difficult to farm or to plant some crops. So that's,
yes.
wow. Thank you for sharing, Caesar. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
that.
Thank you.
Cool. Okay. Now, earlier we had somebody on our Zoom talk about, I would like to give back and maybe teach children or help out children in some way. And when it comes to volunteer work, there is so much opportunity to give back if we would like to work with other people and especially children. This program is called Teach for All, and the focus is education and equal opportunity. So this organization, they have volunteers come together and move around the world to different school programs, helping to build a curriculum or just help out in the classroom. When it comes to volunteering at a school, you don't need to be an expert in teaching. Oftentimes, the true value of volunteer work at a school is just being somebody that the students and the kids can talk to and have fun with. And that can definitely go a long way. So, Teach for All places volunteers in undeserved schools to teach for a 2-year commitment. So this one is a little bit different. Quite a large commitment, but everybody who volunteers through this program, they love it. They are willing to give up 2 years of their life to help out the kids and try and provide education for people around the globe. So I have another question for you guys. Has anyone ever thought about volunteering as a teacher or possibly becoming a teacher? Volunteering as a teacher. I'm sure it can be a lot of fun.
Hi, teacher.
Hello.
When I was in college, I volunteered for being a teacher's assistant in Brazil, but it was for kids, for little kids. They were in first grade.
Wow.
So they were around 6 and 7 years old, and I was there for like 7 months. So it was very, very nice. I liked it.
Wow, thank you for sharing. Now, what was your favorite part about going to your volunteer work every day, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, I like to see, because in this stage, where they are 6 years old, they are learning so fast. And it's very nice to see how the kids learn and their excitement, for new things.
Mm-hmm.
So this was very nice. Was a very nice experience. I liked it.
Awesome. I really appreciate you sharing that. That sounds like an incredible opportunity.
Yeah, it was cool.
Awesome. Nice.
Thank you.
We'll go to Yagesh. Have you ever considered maybe giving back in the form of teaching or volunteer work?
Not as a perfect teacher, but I remember when I was in secondary higher education. So on Teachers' Day, especially in our school, there was a thing what we can do on Teachers' Day is we portray some teacher on that day. So on that day, classes used to have similarly, but teachers were not giving lectures. So they used to come and sit at the back, and the teacher and the student who is portraying that teacher has to he or she can do anything. They can teach students, or they can have fun with students being a teacher who is portraying. So the actual teacher is also watching us, and they used to give score like you acted like me, like 7 out of 10 or 8 out of 10. So every year on Teachers' Day, this is the thing which in my school it used to happen. So I have done this thing.
Wow.
So I have been as well this experience of being a teacher. It's like an act. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that, Yagesh. Teachers' Day, that must be fun. And actually,
Yes.
right now at Approach, it is Teachers' Week. So we took the idea of Teachers' Day and we stretched it a little bit. And what's funny is if you guys follow the Approach Instagram account on social media,
I follow.
Yep, you can probably see a few of the videos and pictures from today when we celebrated our Teacher Appreciation Week. It was a good time. We had some good food, a celebration with all the students, and yeah, just a lot of fun. And you can check that out on the Instagram page for Approach. Cool.
Okay, I'll check it out. Check it out.
Ja, do you have something to share? Thinking about teaching?
Yeah, I first came to America. I remember my first English teacher was a volunteer. She was taught me English in my town's library. She has 3 children and one company. It's very busy, and she was taught me English 1 hour a week. But she still have a different student, maybe from Monday to Friday. It's very busy, but it's very good memory for me because 1 year ago my English is so bad, so it's very important for me. I told my teacher one day I want to become to volunteer about teaching Chinese because my town has a Chinese school, but everyone maybe want to learn Chinese need payment. But I want to become to volunteer teach Chinese. I don't need money. Maybe I just use my few times and teach students. Thank you.
Wow. Yeah, thank you again. That's awesome. I think there is a lot of value, especially for teaching the language, either Mandarin or Chinese as well. When I was in high school, I tried my best. I took 2 years of Mandarin, and I had so much fun with it, but I did struggle. It's tricky. But there's so much value, especially when it comes to business. Knowing and being able to speak Chinese can definitely help you out later on in life in a professional career. And it's a beautiful language as well. I really love all that history and
Yes,
sometimes...
I remember because you told me yours studied in Mandarin in college or high school?
High school.
Yeah, I remember. Mm-hmm.
Wow, awesome. And I just wanted to point out, when it comes to writing the characters, there's always some kind of little story or history behind it, and that was one of my favorite parts, just learning a new word and then understanding why it looks like that. And I had a lot of fun with that, but I did struggle. It's tricky, but absolutely worth it. I think that's very cool, Ja. Nice. Okay. So I have another question on the theme of volunteer work, because it can be a little bit difficult to be a volunteer teacher. So what are the biggest challenges that a volunteer teacher might face when they are first getting started? What do we think could be just a difficulty or challenge, maybe the first couple days? And like most things in life, the more we do it, we get a lot more comfortable, it gets easier. But what could be some challenges during the first couple days and maybe weeks? Margie, would you like to share?
I think it is the anxieties and the stress when to someone it is being in the on the spots, everyone looking for you. That makes something feeling of fear and tachycardia, sweatings, like this.
I'm with you. Absolutely. I think anxiety.
I remember the first seminar I provided for my college. It was very bad.
Oh yeah, I agree. For me, I absolutely remember my first time being in a classroom and having to teach. And just because I had no idea really what to expect. But after that first day, okay, we can learn, we can begin to figure out how the class operates. You begin talking to more students, and it feels a lot more comfortable. But anxiety, absolutely. The fear of uncertainty. Very cool. Yagesh, would you like to share, please? What do you think that a
Yes, sir.
volunteer teacher, some challenges they might run into?
I agree to what Margie sir said, but I want to add something. Being a teacher who is very young and they have to teach students who are of their age. So biggest anxiety is would the student listen to me or not? What if what if I explain something or I made a mistake? What they will think about me, like he's a teacher and he is making a mistake. So this could be a little anxiety, like students are of my age and would they listen to me or they will create nuisance in the class, or while I'm teaching they are using cell phone and I cannot even scold them because they are of my age. So there could be a hate argument as well, so this could be a little anxiety. Plus, as Margie sir said, anxiety of delivering lectures is a big thing. So this could be a reason, and this could be a problem or difficulty one could face for the starting of the days.
I think that's definitely important to talk about too. And it is important to remember that teachers are not perfect, especially talking about myself. When it comes to the English language, it is the only language I know, the only language I can speak. And I am amazed just how often I'm asked a really good question in class that I've never really had to think about before. And trying to be perfect, that'll make you insane. It's all about just trying to get a little bit better every day. And I think that's the right approach that most teachers try to follow. And it can definitely be, again, a little bit anxious or have the feeling of anxiety. If maybe, like Yogesh said, if you're a younger teacher or you have to feel like you need to build credibility so that people trust what you're saying. There are a lot of challenges, absolutely, that a lot of teachers and
Yes, sir.
especially volunteer workers can face. That's a great point to add. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, sir.
Cool. Caesar, do you have something to share?
Yes, teacher. About the challenges. For example, the language barrier is the big challenge. But for example, some cultural difference, and for example, the emotional challenges, and how you can express for other people, because you know about, for example, I know about Brazil. I know about my country, but if I will teach for other people, it's very different because the culture. So I need to understand the different culture and what these people understand. For example, for gestures like hand gestures is very important, right?
Absolutely. That is a great point to bring up. Talking about culture and different forms of communication. We have verbal communication, me
Yes.
talking to you, but a lot of the times, nonverbal communication
No verbal, yes,
is
exactly.
nice, is what really drives the message of what you're trying to say. Whether you're non-verbally, maybe your arms are crossed, your body language is giving off a nice. Body language is giving off a different message. Maybe, also on the topic of culture, typically we think about all the cultures in the world, and if there was a way to categorize them into just two different types. We talk about a low context culture and a high context culture. And this idea, it might be a little bit too much, but an example of this would be in the United States, this is a low context culture, which means that when I or anybody, especially in business, when they say something, they mean it. And there's not a whole lot of other, you can call it context, to be aware of. Communication is very direct. But we can look on the flip side of that coin and look at a high context culture. A good example could be Japan. And what it would be in the business sense is that a high context culture, somebody might communicate something to you, but it might be a little bit tricky to figure out what is actually being communicated. And I like to use an example with my students where or maybe it's a little bit too much. I do apologize. It's a very cool topic though, and I think it is important that we mention culture. Sorry about that, but if you ever, I'm happy to talk more about it in the future if you would like. We have one person raising their hand, but I cannot see the name, but you can be free to speak. We'd love to hear from you.
So hello teacher, sorry, I am just connecting with using my phone, so probably
That's okay.
it's not working well. So yeah, I just want to add one challenge, is sometimes the lack of pedagogy, and I believe that teachers who are volunteering sometimes did not receive like a professional training. So sometimes they can struggle with this point. And also, I think also about sometimes managing time and some students' behavior sometimes can also be challenging. Yes.
I agree 1,000%. A lot of volunteers, especially for teachers, like you said, when we talk about discipline, it's important to remember that a school is a learning environment, and the teacher does need to have some authority or be able to discipline the students. And if a volunteer teacher is just trying to be friendly with everybody, you might miss out on the educational content. So I think that's definitely important to bring up as well. Teachers can definitely be friends, but the main job is to teach. And being a friend, that can come second. And sometimes with volunteer work, it's easy to mix up those ideas. So I really appreciate you pointing that out. That's very important. All right, awesome. We're doing good today. Let's skip that for now. I wanted to show you guys really just one more different opportunity if we ever wanted to volunteer. And this one is very popular in the United States, but also they have organizations globally. We have Habitat for Humanity. And maybe, you don't like teaching or farming or, the idea is that there's always an opportunity when it comes to volunteer work that we can find that can connect with us. So Habitat for Humanity, they build homes for families in need. And they have volunteers come to a work site to help build. And it's a really cool thing. And it's a great way to meet new people, make friends. And you can imagine, it's a great way to work on English, because if you have to build a house or work on a project with a team, you'll need to communicate. And I think it would be really great practice and also an awesome way to give back to your community. So we have probably just one more question. Have you ever helped with construction, repairs, or physical labor? It's definitely a big commitment here. A lot of energy, time, effort, but it's very rewarding. Have we ever given back in the sense of construction, building, or development, perhaps?
In my case, I never have a volunteer in a construction of a building, but I want to try. I think it's interesting. I think it's hard, but it's fun. I think it's fun, and I can learn new things like how can I make a building, what I need, or have new friends because in that volunteers always the person needs to talk with another people, need chase ideas. I think that.
Yeah, I agree. That's a great response. And, building a house, that might seem like, whoa, I can't do that. But throughout the process of building a house, there's so many little things that we can work on too. And maybe we are a very creative person and we are artistic and we're not really big into the hammering and lifting heavy things. Building a home, there are activities for everybody, and especially for those who are creative people. You can definitely have a lot of fun and share your ideas with the group. Cool, I love that. Thank you, Luan.
Thank you.
Cool.
But teacher, I think it's dangerous too in terms of safety and security.
Yes.
It's dangerous. I believe I can do that. Without a training, I can't.
I agree. So I did forget to mention, so Habitat for Humanity, you are working alongside professional builders.
Okay.
I should have mentioned that because I agree. If me and my friends just set out to build a house, I would never want to live there.
Okay.
So having that professional background and very important. Thank you for pointing that out. Okay. Let's see. Okay. This will be the final slide that we'll talk about today. And it's something that I was able to do in the past. I had an opportunity to volunteer. And I think you guys, if you had a few minutes, this website, International Volunteer Headquarters, it allows you to have access to hundreds of different volunteer opportunities all around the world. If you want to, you can volunteer your time and you can go to India and you can help look after baby elephants. If maybe that's not your thing, you can go to South America and help with construction projects or teach children. You can go to Africa and help out with women's empowerment education, children's sports, teaching. You can go to Australia, New Zealand, and help out with water conservation and cleaning up the ocean. There are so many different programs, and one of the coolest things about this website, if we ever think about volunteering, is that many programs start at around $20 a day. And in terms of giving back and volunteering, it's a more affordable option if you're really looking to give back to the community. And you can meet so many really awesome people who have a similar mindset. Of course, wherever you're going, you'll meet the locals. Just one of those things in life where if you have the opportunity, I think you should really try and take it. Sometimes a trip like this, it can change maybe how you view the world, what you want to do in the future. And at the end of the day, all the work you do, it goes towards helping people. So I think this website is incredible, and we won't go through it together. But if today's topic is something you're interested in learning more about, highly recommend checking out IVHQ. So education, we have healthcare, conservation, and community development, and there are hundreds more ideas that we can all find something to work on. All right, I think we are just about out of time, so I want to thank everybody for showing up today, for being here and participating on Zoom. We had a good time today, and I'll see you guys next week. Thank you very much.